Hello everyone, it is May, it is the 2nd of May, and I am at 80,000 words in my project. I am so excited because I think I am almost done, and what's really getting me with this rewrite is that I think I'm finally at a point where I am happy with my work. So during this vlog, I'm going to hopefully finish the project, and I'm going to do a few revisions because I have a list in my document. Technically I'm at 80,000 words, but in my document I have little editing things that I wrote in. Like, for example, I have a list in the middle of the paragraph I just wrote that said, "Why on earth is my main character wearing heels?" Because you wouldn't wear heels in the situation in which I'm writing her to partake in. So I do have some of those, but I'm going to ignore that because technically those notes are still going to be part of the writing process. It's still part of the whip. So yeah, let's just head into this vlog. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up because it helps with the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe down below if you haven't already. I post videos every Friday and sometimes whenever I feel like it. And I also host live stream. Not very often, most likely I'm on other people's channels, but I do host live streams, and I do have a playlist, I think, down below where I do have a list of all the live streams that I hosted on this channel. So, without further ado, let us get into this vlog. Let us write, and write till our heart's content. It's May 4th. May the 4th be with you. And I am at 93,000 words. I'm on the last scene of this book, and I am so excited. I'm so excited because I'm so close to finishing, but I also don't want to finish. It feels too good to be true. This is Cami Cam number 2, video footage number 2. Cami has officially stolen my chair, and all that pink stuff down there is just her wrapping paper, her tissue paper. Oh, okay, now you want to leave? I see how it is. Hello everyone, it is now May the 6th. The 4th, I did end up finishing my whip, but I only filmed 20 seconds of footage just because I was feeling really bad. So I was chugging along, I was doing stuff, but I felt really bad, and it just wasn't good for filming. And then the 5th, I took an entire day off of my whip because I just wanted to clear my head and relax. So let's talk about it. So I finished my 3rd draft of Project Book, and the reason why this video has its own video is because I'm extremely happy about it. I am so happy about this draft, and you know, I think it's because I love it. I'm not telling you that it is the best whip. I'm not telling you that it is the best draft in the entire world for first drafts, but I am happy with it. I am happier than all of my other rewrites combined, and I think that's something to celebrate. So what did I do differently? So, because I rewrote this project 3 times and I was so down to give up, this whip finished at about 94,000 words, okay? I don't remember what the hundreds were, but around 94,000 words, and that is a lot. My previous draft was over 100,000 words, and the draft before that was 71,000 words, but that's because I also had a second point of view going on there that I didn't count in that number. So it was just confusing, and it was a lot of words to garbage and say kapoots to. I was so frustrated at times, and, you know, I couldn't figure out why. But upon reflection, and upon looking at how my WIP has changed from the first draft to the second rewrite to the third rewrite, I have to admit, a lot changed. So, let's get into it. What did I do differently? So first off, let's talk about timelines, because I think timelines has all to do with this. I am a marathon writer, so I will write in bursts. I will write like 1,000 words every single hour for an entire 2 weeks and get a ton of words in, and then I will drop off the face of the earth because I just can't write. I don't know. I just can't write. I don't have inspiration. I am that type of writer. So how do I deal with that, and how do I use it to my writing? I will go into another video more so on how I write to fit that schedule and that type of writing. But for now, we're going to talk about the motivation part. So the timeline sits at, I finished Project Redemption right before NaNoWriMo 2020. Like September 28th, I finished. And then November 1st came around, and I needed a project for NaNoWriMo because I had already committed to NaNoWriMo, and so Project Book came around, and I had one idea. It's not like I had any inspiration to write. It was more so I looked at my idea book, and I said, Charlotte, you're going to write one of these. And then I rolled a dice, and I picked which idea I was going to roll with. And then I started writing. Now, the first two drafts were written. They were both written in first-person perspective. They were both written in past tense. And they were both written, well, the first draft was written in a single point of view. Similarities between Project Book and Project Redemption. There's a lot of similarities. Maybe it's because I was trying to write one after the other, boom, 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 that it became like this. But I realized that Project Book was written in the exact same way I wrote Project Redemption, but the story was entirely different. The story in Project Redemption is more, it has gore and horror elements, which is ridiculous because it is lighter. It is a much lighter, airier, fun book to read than Project Redemption, which is high fantasy. You gotta focus because characters are always doing stuff behind your back. My main character in Project Book does have some similarities with my main character in Project Redemption, but essentially they are on two different character arcs that are completely different. They are two different personality types, and they do totally different things with their decisions. Essentially, my main character in Project Redemption relies on trust to figure out the rest of her story, whereas my main character in Project Book, trust and mistrust is what leads characters into action. So I was writing the entire book all wrong. And I didn't realize that in the second draft when I rewrote the project in the same POV and then added an entirely different perspective. I still didn't get that. So in my third draft, in my most recent draft, I do have a video on this, more explaining more so the process of how I went from one draft to another and how much I hated this WIP so far. But what I ended up changing is I ended up adding two perspectives. And I ended up writing in third person, and it was a lot better. Essentially, I was writing in the wrong way for my book. A lot of high fantasy is written in third person perspective, in past tense or present tense, mostly past from what I've seen. And I'm thinking about like Sarah J. Maas, I'm thinking about George R. Martin, people like that. The Shadow and Bone trilogy, no. Shadow and Bone is written in first perspective, so I know that high fantasy can be written in first person, but that has a more teenage air to it, I guess. But yeah, so I was writing totally wrong, and now that I have changed things up a bit, I am more happy than ever before with my draft. So what are my next steps? My next steps are I'm handing this project off to some CPs and I'm going to go through, and I made little notes throughout the draft on things that I wanted to change so I didn't have to go back and edit, and I think I'm going to go back and do that from day to day. But first off, yesterday I didn't film at all because I did take a break, because I think it is great to take a break after you have finished writing. There you have it. That is what happened to me, and I am excited. I'm so excited because I'm finished my draft. Woohoo! Now what do? Do I start another project? Who knows? I had a Camp Nano project that I wanted to finish, to start really, that I didn't end up doing because I was so focused on this story, because this is essentially what I did in April. So who knows? So it is now the 9th. Some time has passed since I last saw y'all, even though I saw you in like the clip before this, but time has passed, and I may put in some B-roll footage of what I was doing before, but to be honest, I haven't been working on my whip. After I finished, I took a break, a long break, and I gave my first couple of chapters to my CPs, my lovely CPs, and I just talked to one yesterday about my whip, and that has like reinvigorated me with a sense of writing purpose. So now I'm gonna dive back in and start doing a read through and editing some plot holes that I can see right now. This journey has been such a blast, and I am so excited to continue on into the editing stage. I'm still trying to figure out Project Redemption, and now I'm on Project Book, and you know, we are gearing up, and I am so excited. So thank y'all for all your lovely comments from the last video where I talked about the struggles of rewriting and hating your whip, and you know, thanks to y'all, I got right back into it. I started writing again, and now I am done my draft, and the best part about this draft is that I'm happy with it, and what more can you ask for, right? Please don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm, especially because I recently realized on a live stream that my channel name doesn't pop up when you search it, which is really weird, and I'm trying to fix that, but I'm not exactly sure how. So yeah, thumbs up, subscribe below if you haven't. I post videos every Friday, occasionally whenever I feel like it. I post videos about journaling and other things like writing, because that's what this AuthorTube channel is about. But yeah, definitely come hang out. I really love talking to y'all, and thank you so much. I will see you next time I see you. Maybe next week, maybe before then. Bye!